Okay. Welcome in, welcome in. So tonight I'm going to try to do the class painting for Sunday's paint class that we're going to be doing. I'm going to try to do it here on camera quick. And I'm going to post this to my YouTube so you can go back and watch it and see how I did it. So it's going to be like a mountain scene where you're at the top looking down. And there's going to be some fall foliage right here, some purple mountains going across, and a little pinkish purple orangey sky. So what I have here is I've already put on the liquid white, and what we're going to use is, here's my colors. I'm thinking of using titanium white, phthalo blue, cad yellow, sap green, cad red, alizarin crimson, lemon yellow with a little bit of green, yellow ochre, and that's just leftover green, light green from yesterday's painting, and a little bit of cad red with a little bit of yellow ochre. And then I have midnight black, or lamp black right here. But I'm thinking that's all the colors we're going to use. But, hi, welcome in. Yeah, this is oil painting. Yep. I just got the Bob Ross set. Oh, cool, cool. Done 6 paintings. Oh, yeah, yeah. Yeah. Hey, Evil. How you doing, buddy? Good to see you. Thank you. Yeah. Did you get the master set? Because they're pretty cool. You can get a lot of cool stuff. It gives you, like, I think it gives you the brushes and stuff like that. And I think it gives you, like, a tutorial CD or something. I think. I could be wrong, but yeah, that's cool, though. It's a good way to get started because I think it gives you everything. Awesome. Good to hear. Thanks for the gift, buddy. Thank you. Thanks for the likes. Yeah. So, the brushes I'm going to be using tonight is I'm going to be using a 1-inch brush, a 2-inch brush, palette knife, maybe. We'll see. Because I'm not really going to be making, like, Bob Ross mountains tonight. I'm going to be making, like, because here in Pennsylvania we have a lot of rolling mountains. Like, we have the Appalachian Mountains, and they're gorgeous, but they're not like the frosted mountains. I will be using a couple fan brushes, I think, and script liner, and I think I have a couple of each brush going. So I have a couple 1-inch brushes and a couple 2-inch brushes, so it makes cleanup better. I want to do a sunset ocean without mountains, but can't. Oh, well, I have a video on my YouTube if you want to go check it out. I just did it's a seascape. It's kind of like a sunset seascape. My God. But yeah, it was fun to do. I did it here live on TikTok, and then I downloaded the video and loaded it right to my my YouTube channel. So if you want to go check that out, you can. And want to try palm trees. Oh, okay. Palm trees are cool. Hey, thank you. Thank you for that. Thanks for the follow. Thank you. Yeah, palm trees are pretty easy. You usually use the fan brush, and like you'll put in your trunk, and then you'll kind of just put in like the ferns, those extensions, and then just pull down a little bit. It's pretty cool. I would show you, but I'm not putting palm trees in this painting, but I can show you. Thank you. Cool. Thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah, go subscribe to my channel because I will be doing weekly uploads. I'll do live videos every Thursday and Friday night. Probably even Saturday nights too. And then I'll upload those to my YouTube so that people can rewatch everything. I appreciate it though. Alright, so we're going to get started. I already have the liquid white on here. What we're going to start with is I'm going to start with a 2-inch brush. 2-inch brush, and I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into some of that cad yellow right here. I'm just going to pull some of that out and just tap. Just tap. And what that does is that'll give us an even distribution of paint on the bristles. It won't be clumped up all on one side. So I'm going to start maybe right about, how about right here? Start here, do these crisscross motions like this. And we'll work our way across. Maybe doing something like that and just kind of work around doing these crisscross motions like this. And now you see how this is kind of blending with that liquid white, and it's already getting to be really cool and gorgeous looking. That's what we're looking for. I'm going to load a little bit more of that on my brush. I'm going to come back up here, maybe do a little bit more right here, come up here. A little bit of that. Nice, like, gorgeous sunset mountain scene we're going to do today. I'm going to go the whole way down here. Heck with it. We're going to just see what happens. I'm going to try something. I have something in mind, but I'm not sure how well it's going to work. But I'm going to, without cleaning the brush, I'm going to go right into some crimson. I'm going to pull some crimson out. Just tap some crimson on the brush. A little bit of crimson. Crimson's a gorgeous color too, and I have a good amount on the brush, but yeah. So we're going to take some of that crimson and just kind of turn the brush sideways like this and just kind of cradle it, like cradle strokes, like going this way maybe. Maybe we'll do some more right here. Maybe just kind of put something up here too. Like this. And right now, it might look like a mess right now, but it'll turn out pretty cool once I'm done. And then without cleaning the brush still, I'm going to go into a little bit of the phthalo blue. Just pull a little tiny bit of that out and just tap. Tap that brush into the paint. And you get, this blue is so strong though, so it takes a very little bit of paint. Look at all the cool colors I got on the brush there. And it's all like varied and layered. That's pretty neat looking. So I'm going to come up here and start in my corner. And I'm just going to kind of start here and work my way across. Still doing those cradle back and forth motions like that. And just kind of lightly going across. Just like that. I'm going to come down a little bit. You don't want to come down too far because this is going to be, we're going to use this crimson here as a barrier. So that way it doesn't come into our yellow sky and turn it green. So that's why we did that. So I'm going to set this brush down because that's going to be my dirty brush. That's going to be my brush for darks. So I'm going to save a brush, one of each brush, one for darks and one for lights. That way we don't have to clean the brushes as often. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to take my 2-inch brush, another 2-inch brush. Hello. Hey, how you doing? Hey, salty pepper. And I'm going to come up here, and I'm going to start here, and I'm going to blend outward, and just kind of blend all this stuff together like this. So I'm just going to start maybe right here, and do those crisscross strokes. And I don't even pick up the brush, I'm just kind of moving it. And I'm just going back and forth like this. And then I'm going to work upward. That. And it's just blending with that liquid white that we have on the canvas there. And then I'm just keep going up. can clean the brush. And I'm going to clean the brush with the paper towel. Just going to do paper towel clean. So far, this is turning out pretty good. How's it going? How's it going, everybody? How are you? How is everybody doing out there? I'm excited to be back painting. I was on last night, and we did this gorgeous mountain scene. I don't know if you saw it yet, but go check it out. I intend to do weekly uploads and go live more often for you guys, because I love doing it. And I'm going to come up here with a little bit of white, I think. Just a little bit of white. And I'm just going to come up here, kind of bright. This is going to be our light source. This is going to be the brightest spot of the painting. I'm just doing those X strokes like that. There we go. Look at that. See how that's like turning like a gorgeous pink color? That's kind of what we're looking for there. Just this gorgeous, gorgeous pink. See how that's all like framed? It looks like an eyeball, maybe. We're going to come up here again, and we're going to blend and blend and blend. Just moving that paint around. And the reason why we're able to move that paint is because we have that liquid white on the canvas. And it blends the color for you right on the canvas instead of working yourself to death right on the palette. And then we can just do a paper towel clean, and it gets a good bit of that paint off of the brush, surprisingly. You'd be surprised. And throw the paper towel out. And then I'm going to set this brush down, and then next we are going to make... we're going to do some clouds. So I'm going to take a fan brush. Hey, thank you. Thank you for the likes. Thank you. Wow. Thank you. I'm going to take a fan brush, and I'm going to take some of that crimson color. Take some of that crimson. And we're going to make like a purple, like lavendery color. So we're going to take some of that crimson. Uh-oh. We're going to sneak over here and get some blue. And we're just going to mix some of that blue into that. And you don't need very much. A little bit goes a long way. Okay, so I think that should be good. Mix it up real good. Load the brush. I think we're good. Let's see. Yeah. And we're going to make some like little clouds and stuff like that. Like that. So we have this like purpley lavendery color there. And we're going to come over here. We're going to make some little... And then you're just taking the brush and just kind of swirling it in like a circular motion like this. Something like that. Just twist the brush around, whatever. Just keep it moving now. Something like that. And then before I continue any further, what I'm going to do is with clean, dry 2-inch brush, I'm going to take the corner of the brush here, and I'm going to kick the brush up, and I'm going to take the brush to the bottoms of these clouds here like this, and I'm just going to do these little circular motions and just fuzz them out. Just lightly, very lightly, just tickling the bottom here. Just fuzz it out, just kind of blend it out a little bit. Like that. You see how that blends with that sky and it just softens everything? That's what we're looking for. So I'm going to take another paper towel and I'm going to clean the brush off, wipe that excess off because you're going to pick up some paint. So we're going to wipe that off. Man, now I'm excited to teach this class because I have a class on Sunday and we're doing like mountain fall type theme. So I'm going to do some rolling mountains here. It's going to look like the Appalachian Mountains. And I wasn't sure how this was going to turn out. But now I'm excited because I see it in my mind. I see how it's going to turn out. And it's going to be gorgeous. And I think everybody's gonna have a great time. Like that. Wipe that brush out, get some of that excess out. Hey, MC McD, thank you. Thanks for joining in. And I'm gonna fuzz this one out. Fuzz this guy out. I just like all the color variations in this. It's gorgeous. I like it. There we go. And look at all that color we get out of that brush by just doing a paper towel clean. Just doing a paper towel clean. Be surprised what you can get out of that. And then, what I'm going to do is I'm going to set my brush down. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little bit, I'm going to take my finger and put some white on it. Enough on there, just a little bit. Sorry. White. And this is going to be our sun right about here. We're just going to take our finger, just kind of put in a little circle right there. And it kind of gives you the indication that there's a sun right there, and it's a warm glow surrounding it right there. So that's how we do that. I've done that in class because I'm like, oh yeah, we're going to use the most important paintbrush. It's the first one you're ever given. And they're like, what? And I'm like, your finger. I just finger painting. So there's that. All right. So next we are going to take some, let's take the palette knife, and I'm going to mix up some, like a lavendery color, so we still have that crimson and the blue, but I'm going to make it a little more to the blue side. And if you're not sure, because it looks really dark, so if you're not sure what color it's going to be like whenever you put it on the canvas, take some white and mix with it, and you'll see about what color you have. So I want this a little bit more to the blue side. So I will add some blue in there and just mix it up. And there we go. I want it more to the lavender blue side right there. That's the color I'm looking for. So we're going to try that. And I'm going to take a 1-inch brush, and I'm going to go right into that color. Load the brush up really well, just like that. Actually, I'm going to throw some more blue into that. I want it a little more to the blue side. And we're going to go something like, we're just going to make some mountain rolling hills here. There. Right about there. We're going to make that the first one. And then I'm going to save this brush. Set that one to the side. We're going to use a clean, dry 1-inch brush. Hey, thank you. Thanks for the gift. Thank you. I appreciate that. You don't have to send them, but I do appreciate them. All right. Now I'm going to take this brush, and I'm just going to tap. Tap the bottom of this. Just like that. And what that does is that's going to make mist. And it's going to give you the illusion that there's mist and fog, because light gets distorted and all that fun stuff. And we're just going to tap, 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 because what happens is with that liquid white, it's mixing with that automatically, and it's giving us that mist. So I'm just tapping a little bit. Not going the whole way up, but I want to go just under that ridge. Just like that. And then with this brush, I'll clean this one off here. Clean this one off. And all you got to do is paper towel clean that. That is just fine. Hey, thank you. Thanks for the follow. Thank you. If you could do me a favor, go to my YouTube and subscribe, because I'm going to be uploading this to my channel. And I have a couple tutorials already. Some short videos, like time lapses. They're fun to do and they're fun to watch. I love doing them. It's great. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to reach up here, grab a little bit more of that blue, and sneak in there. A little bit darker. That's a little bit more. And we're going to go a shade darker. Load up the brush. Load it up. Get a good amount of paint on there. And we're going to come up here. Maybe right there. I need a little bit more dark. Darker. A little darker, let's see. There we go, that's better. And we're going to go right under that fog. Right there, like that. And we're going to kind of come up like this. And we're going to make another little ridge. Mountain ridge. Come up like that. You want to save some of that mist. You don't want to kill all that. And then we're going to set our brush down. I need to clean this one. Whoopsie. Paper towel, clean that. Get as much of that. And that blue is very strong, so might take a couple cleanings to get it cleaned up. But look at all that paint you pick up from just doing a paper towel clean. It's crazy. I'm going to go into a little bit of white, and I'm just going to go just pop some white in on there, and just do that tapping motion again. And we're just going to make a couple layers of these mountain ranges. That's all we're going to do. It's going to look like we're at the top of one of these mountain ranges and just looking out. That's the illusion we're going to make. Something like that. And then I'm going to come up with some blue and just kind of see. A little bit more of that crimson and blue and all that. And we're going to go boom, 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 boom. Maybe it comes up here. Maybe it dips up, comes back down. Maybe it comes over like this. We don't know. We're just kind of making this up as we go. Mix some of that crimson in there. Okay, we got some rolling hills. I'm actually going to clean my brush with my water. I'm using Water Mixable Oil paints, so I'm able to do that with water. I just have a jar, a little cleaning jar, and I just clean my brush in that water. And set that down so I don't drop it. And then I have a trash can with a brush beater rack in the bottom. And I just kind of run the brush across that rack. And that contains all that spray. So you're not making a mess out of everything. And then normally after I do that, I will wring out the brush, make sure it's nice and dry, clean, like that. And then we're going to do this again. We're going to tap. Tap, 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 tap. Just tapping. It's going to make that mist, fuzz, and kinds of cool stuff, and just kind of fuzz it out a little bit. Just kind of fuzz that out a little bit too. Fuzz it out. There we go. There we go. Got some rolling hills, rolling mountains. Woo! Thank you. Wow, 7.3K. Thank you. Thank you so much. Wow. This is great. Thank you guys so much. And I'm going to set this brush down. And so then we have a dark brush. We're going to use from earlier when we were putting in all this blue. So what we're going to do is we're going to take, let's just take some of that lamp black, some of this here, and I'm just going to load my brush up, just load it up, all those dark colors there, all that dark there, and we're going to use that, and we're just going to sock in some, like, this is going to be the darks for our foreground. And we're going to leave some of this mist again. Some of that mist needs to stay there. Load up your brush. And I didn't put really any liquid white down here because I knew I wanted land down here, so you don't really need liquid white if you know you're putting land right here, but now we'll put some right here. Just kind of sock in that color. Just, you can put this on with a shoe if you wanted to, like Bob says. But yeah, I just mainly want all this just to be dark. Sock in all that color, and then we're going to put highlights on top of this. So I'm just going to scribble in a bunch of dark color. It doesn't have to be perfect right here because we're just socking in the darks. Nothing crazy, nothing, we're not worried about anything looking accurate right now. We're just filling it in. That's all we're going to do. Could have used a 2-inch brush to make it go faster, but it didn't really matter to me. It's there. And then we got our darks. And that's going to be in the foreground, so now we're going to start putting highlights. So, I'm going to set this down. And what I'm going to do... How's everybody... What type of brush is that? This is just a... natural It's a natural bristle brush by Worcester Yachtsman. It's like the Bob Ross brushes, but cheaper. Because I didn't want to spend a lot of money on brushes, and like I think their stuff is overpriced, but for what it is. So, did you use the blue in that black? A little bit. I have a little bit of mixed. It's mostly black though. I have a little bit of blue going in it, but you can't really tell. Thank you. I'm gonna try my hand at painting. I didn't know where to start. Oh, I have a video on my YouTube showing what stuff I use, and then I make it. It works well for me. I use, for the fan brushes, I use Dugato. This has paint on it right now, but it's a good natural, I think it's hog hair bristle, but they're very good. You can get it like a pack of 7 or 12 of them. Yeah, no problem. No problem. Thank you. Thank you very much. What was I gonna do? I'm gonna clean this brush off here quick. Yeah. Clean that out. Again, I'm using water-soluble oil paints, so when I'm cleaning my brushes with water, you can clean yours with thinner if you're using traditionals. No judgment. Whatever works for you. These are just what worked for me. What kind of canvas is that? This is just a 16 by 20 stretched canvas that you would get at Michael's. Yep. I usually get the packs of canvases, like the 5-pack. No, actually, I lied. I get the 24-pack, I think. Because I go through canvases pretty often, so I'm always painting, so I get the big bulk pack. What kind of paint? What kind of paint I use is... Actually, I have a fresh tube of it somewhere over here. Yes. I use Artisan Winsor Newton Water Mixables, and they're oil paints. That's the kind of paint and I buy the 200 milliliter tubes because I go through a lot of paint because I paint a lot. So, but they make them in the smaller tubes, like the 37 mil, stuff like that. Yep. So next I want to... What do I want to do? I think I'm going to make... Actually, I'm going to take a paper towel. And I know this sounds ridiculous, but I'm going to actually take my paper towel and I'm going to soak up the excess paint that's on here. Because all I want is just the dark. And you're going to pick up a lot of excess. Because I want... See how much excess you're picking up there? I don't know how well you can see that, but... Because some of that oil in the paint is there. And I just take it and just kind of soak up that excess. That way it'll make the next step a little easier. And the next step is we're going to be putting highlights on this. And when you put highlights on, you want to thin down your highlight paint and then put it on top of this, the base coat is what I call it. So what I do for that is I will take a 1-inch brush, another 1-inch brush. This is a strange question. I'm going to attempt to paint a mural on a wall. What would you use? Oh my. For a mural. Yeah, because oil paint's pretty expensive. So, I would say you might want to try acrylic. Because you could get big gallons of that stuff for not as much as oil paint. I can say that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take... I make my own liquid white. So I'm going to take some liquid white. Right here. I'm going to dip a little bit into my brush. Just a little tiny bit. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to run it through that yellow paint we have up here. Get some of that yellow. Sneak over here and get some of that green. Just a little bit. Some of that green. Get it a little bit more maybe. There we go. And I'm going to pull the paint right towards me. So I'm going to pull towards me like this. Like this. And then I'm going to come up here with the rounded edge. So I was pulling like this. I'm going to see if this works. Pulling like this in one direction. And then I turn the brush so that the rounded edge is facing up. And I'm going to come up here and I'm going to just touch the top. Like that. And we will start getting bush shapes and stuff like that with our brush. Take a little bit more of that liquid white. Get more of that into the that yellow and green mixture. A little bit more there. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into a little bit more liquid white. And I'm going to go into, let's say, some of this yellow ochre. Some of this ochre-y color. And all I'm doing is pulling towards myself. Pull that brush through the paint one direction. Kind of like Bob does. Or Bill Alexander. And just turn the brush upside down, and we will go kaboom, boom. And I'm kind of working in almost like a clock shape, just kind of going 1, 2, 3, and then coming back. And you get these bushy colors. How did you make the liquid white? So what I did was I took I take some liquid, oh, let me get it, linseed oil, water mixable linseed oil, and I pour about maybe about half the bottle into one of these little Ziploc containers, and I put some titanium white with it, and I mixed it up real well so it's really runny, so then you get something like this. I don't know how well that's, yeah, something like that, starting running. And it works just like, you know, the branded name, liquid white. But, yeah. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to come over here into that red. Pull some of that red in. We'll go shoo-boo, shoo-boo, shoo-boo. Some of that down there. Back into some of that yellow ochre. And we'll go maybe pop some of that in there. And these are going to be all kinds of trees and stuff going on. So then I'm going to take another brush. I'm going to go into that liquid white again. So what the liquid white does is it thins down your paint so that you can use it and apply those colors. So I'm gonna come over here and pop in some of this. See how we're getting all them bushy, like, little shapes and stuff there. So we're gonna go like that. And go come over here, maybe you pop some of those in. And then I'm gonna come back to my yellow brush. Hi there, how are you? Thank you for following me. Thank you, I appreciate it. If you could do me a solid and go check out my YouTube channel. I'm trying to gain subscribers over there, and it is a struggle. So I would appreciate and it's free. I don't ask for anything on there. Let's mix it up a little bit here. Let's get some ochre back in there. Pull the brush right toward yourself like this, and then turn it up, and then go touching the top of the brush. Kind of just go pop, 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 pop. And then we'll go maybe into some, let's try this one, the cad yellow. That's like an orangey yellow. I'm gonna try it. I'm just gonna load that up. I'm not even cleaning the brush or anything. I'm just gonna go pop, 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 pop. Let's flavor it with a little bit of red. Nice little fall scene here. That, and we'll go into some. Oh, thank you. Thank you for that. I'm doing all right cooking dinner right now. Oh, nice. Good, good. I always like to hear when other people are painting. I'm just going to mix up some colors here. Let's go. Pop. And we're just throwing these in. Throw them in there. Mix some of that up. Pop, 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 pop. I try to make noises while I paint. So, there we go. We got a whole mix of variety there. And something else you can do too is you can take, well, I'm going to clean off my palette knife, but something you can do is to make it look like there's sticks and twigs, you can just kind of scratch. Little tree things going on here. Wipe it off as you go. Just kind of make some little twigs and stuff like that. It might not show up right now, but it's like one of those things when people are looking real close at your painting and they're gonna see it and they're gonna think you spent hours putting in all the little details and stuff like that. So, and then the last part is very important. What you want to do, you want to take a script liner. And I'm taking it into my water and thinning it down. And then I'm thinning down my red paint here because you got to sign your painting then. You worked so hard on it. You want to be proud of it. You want people to know who it's from. And you just want to come over here, just kind of Well, kind of. Sometimes it's a pain getting it to stick, but you got to really thin it down though. So just really get that on there. Just take a couple drops because you want it to be like ink consistency. Just twirl the brush, and as you're pulling it through the paint, twirl the bristles, and then you'll get this nice fine point, and then if all else, if it all works out well, should be able to sign your painting. There we go.